This is Knut Tech here with the first Huawei review of the Huawei P20, and it's the classical device. It's not the Pro device, um, and we are currently doing this live. Let's start with some of the base specs of this phone before I go into my experience with it. Know that I almost have had it for a month. Let's turn off that horrible air conditioner that I have to use because of the fucking summer and always too hot this year. Let's first of all start with the normal specs. Huawei P20, um, the middle edition, it's not the light edition, it's not the Pro edition, has 6 gigabyte of RAM, no, 4 gigabyte of RAM. The Pro has 6, but the 4 gigabyte model is the one I'm reviewing today, and it's one of the most awesome devices I've had on a while. It has, after all things is set up, about 125 gigabyte of storage on the device after all the software and software updates is in. You have about that much space. You cannot prolong it with SD cards on this phone, but you have the option to use 2 SIM cards if you need a new work phone and a private phone and wants to have 2 different numbers as your private work number and a private number. You have the options to use 2 dual SIM card on this phone. I'm right now recording with a front camera that has 23 megapixels front camera, I think, but it's currently shooting in 12 megapixels, I think. The behind camera on this device has, the 2 cameras on the back has together about 22 gigabyte megapixel camera. But I recommend you to use the standard options on it, because it's where the software in the camera, AI, artificial intelligence in the camera, and the stabilization works the best. But you have the options to turn it up to 20 megapixels on the back camera and 20 on the front, I think, or 15 or something on the front camera. But I'm currently just using the base setup here on the phone, and it runs Android 8.1. That's currently the newest release, and it runs Huawei's own room in 8.1 version of that. It's a little bit hard to pronounce the name, and therefore I cannot currently say what type of thing it is. But when it comes to the most of the phone and devices on this device, it works awesome. It's faster than the iPhone. I have the iPhone 8 right here. As you can see, it's totally whole. It has the glass finished on the iPhone 8. You can view a little bit of it. The iPhone 8 is a little bit smaller device than the Huawei P20 with screen size because of its notch. It's iPhone 10 designed like, but it still have fingerprint sensor on the front that I use instead of the standard software navigation buttons on Android. And for my part, this makes the device awesome. And now we come into my opinion of the device and uses of it. I've used it to take some of the most beautiful pictures I have seen, and I've had some good camera phones before. Here we have the Huawei Nexus 6P, and it was one of the devices I was most happy about having. It was my first stock Android experience, and as I can cooperate between those. I like the Huawei P20 a lot more because of the customizations in the Huawei room on the phone. By basic, it looked like an iPhone software messing with all by the software with all the apps on the front cover. It will use a lot of RAM and unnecessary RAM usage just to display the display if you have it in the standard as it comes out of the box by Huawei. So what I have done is to change this to draw mode in viewing, so I have the app menu and therefore spare some RAM usage of the device. May also spare some battery on that phone. The battery is, as I understand as online, it's 350 3,500 megawatt hour battery. I can be wrong on that, but I have done the research and that's what the seller says, so trust me on that. And it has around 125 gigabyte after all updates is installed. It's around 125 gigabytes. It's not last over 100 gigabytes, but it comes Apple on how many updates comes out to this phone in future because most updates take space. That most people knows, but the Huawei P20 Pro is one of the best camera cell phones out there. It's one of the best recording cell phones for YouTube videos by a phone. It's one of the best phones for gaming, video games, watching videos, some things, because the Huawei P20 used dual by atoms technology on the phone to make the stereo, the immersion in the music and videos you're watching on the phone with AirPods or headsets a lot brighter and a lot better sound. When it comes to display, the normal edition as I have, the Huawei P20, has not the Nevis display technology. It has some older screen technology and then the top flagship Huawei P20 Pro. But it isn't a big difference on screen quality. It's still one of the best screens I have seen on a cell phone the last years. It's a lot more sharper even than my iPhone 8 screen. It's a night and day difference. When it comes to shoot pictures in the dark, it's where the phone really shines because of the dark mode with the artificial intelligence setting on the phone. It also, this is my opinion of it, it runs smoothly. The room Huawei has the version of Android, Huawei's personal designed Android version launcher on this phone is perfect, almost flawless with all of the customizations options even in the keyboard, from keyboard to how you view the phone. If you want the menu, if you don't want the menu, you can choose yourself and make your own kind of custom experience on here, a lot more so than iPhone, because iPhone don't really has it, but also indifferent to Samsung and a lot of the phone providers I have used over the years. So it's a powerful device. It's a spec beast, and the price point is absolutely right, and it's 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 a little expensive, but not huge expensive. It's on the mark where you get a lot of good phones for. Um, it cost me 6,500 Norwegian crowns for this phone. The iPhone 8, when I bought it in December, cost me 8,000 Norwegian crowns. So, and this is not the plus model of the iPhone 8 or something like that. This is the standard iPhone 8 with 64 gigabyte. So you get more memory, you get more RAM, and you get more. Even the iPhone Pro iPhone 10 has. The iPhone 10 has 3 GB of RAM memory, and this has 4, and it's a night and day difference on it. The room is awesome, as I say. It's one of those that it doesn't make a lot of difference. It's a very different device, and when you hold it in your hand for the first time out of the box, it feels expensive. It feels like a flagship phone, and it acts like a flagship phone after you have set it up. It has the Face ID thing, also face recognition, to unlock the device. That makes this device so much more useful to use. It still has the fingerprint sensor, and it has the notch display, so it has a display almost whole. The phone is a display. It's a little, it's made room because the touch sensor is on the front, so it's not touch sensor in the screen. It is a little border there, but it's not much border. It's a lot less bordered than the iPhone 8 is. As you can see, huge borders on both sides, and the notch. It makes it a perfect phone for videos and photos and face unlocks, and it gives you a few centimeter more of screen space for the menu and stuff to not being in the way of the user. It's a large display phone. It's it's not heavy to handle. It's not heavy to hold in your hand. It's a light phone. It's actually lighter than the iPhone 8, I think, and it's a little bit bigger than iPhone 8, but I think it is a little bit thinner than the iPhone 8, but longer. And when it comes to characters of this phone, the score of this phone, I will give it a 10 out of 10. And the reason for that is it's a great phone. It works flawlessly. I have not have any bugs for the my usage of it. It has great battery life. It's hold last you at last 1 day with heavy use, at last 7 hours with heavy use, so a work day. It charge from 0 to 100 takes an hour because of the USB-C, and one of the small more annoying things is that it doesn't have a 3mm jack on it, but it's not a that big problem because the adapter follow with, and really iPhone also have removed the 3mm jack. But if you are wanting to have the 3mm jack, you have still the light edition that has 3mm jack, but the Pro and the Huawei P20 and the Huawei P20 Pro doesn't have a 3mm jack, but adapter follow with. Some other things that were worth nerdy to mention in this review is what's following with in the box from Huawei. You get a fast charger solution on USB-C to normal USB cable to charge your phone. You get a protective case to your phone, and a screen protector is already on your screen when you're taking the phone out of the box. And that's service that I would have expected from Apple when they charge 8,000 for a standard phone. But no, Apple doesn't do it. Samsung in most cases doesn't do it. Sony, don't make me laugh. Sony has almost stopped sending with headsets or AirPods to your fucking phone those days. And all those things followed with the Huawei phone, so you don't need to rush out and get you a case to protect your phone, because it's following with a case to the phone. If you want an nav case, yes, you can get it, but it's not a big issue because it's following one with the phone. So if you are short on cash because you have to buy a phone and don't can buy another protective as a protective case. The one that following within the box is great enough, but you get better cases out there, but it's following with by the device, and that's a case that would normally lie in the 100 to maybe 200 Norwegian krone range of a protective case. It's made of rubber, so it's not it's it's not looking great, but it's a protective case. Um, this thanks for watching. This was Knut Tech here, and the first review up on the channel on this channel for ever. I think I don't think I made any reviews before this, and I wish you all still enjoyable day.